Hello, hello, hello. Hi. How are you guys doing today? It is Thursday and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Um it's Thursday. We are here to do Basketball Wives review. Sorry I'm a little late. A lot late. But I had to rewatch the episode. So what I usually try to do is, of course, I watch the episode when it comes out. But I generally won't take notes for a review on that first one. I need to watch it a second, sometimes three or four times. To be quite honest, when we were doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, I actually had to watch that reunion like three times. And it was dreadful every time, but it was really because my attention kept drifting off. That's usually how I know the episode is not good. So anyhow, I did rewatch the episode. I took some notes, and we just gonna get right into it, okay? About this latest episode of Basketball Wives. Of course, we get into the nitty gritty with Chantel and Jackie. And I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. So when you listen to this, I want you to jump down in the comments, and I just kind of want you to tell me Team Jackie or Team Chantel. I hate to put it that way because it's mother and daughter, but that's where we at in this season. Like it's you on Jackie's side or you on Chantel's side. And as we go through the episode, I will be sure to let you know like how I feel about it. I don't know that I have a side, and I really, this is a hard one. Because again, it's a mother and a daughter. And from where I sit, from my point of view, I sit in both places. I am a daughter and I'm a mother. And so I have a point of view that's from a mother, and I have a point of view that's from a daughter. And two things can be true at the same time. So I don't think that Chantel's feelings are invalid. I don't think she's lying. I think she's hurt genuinely. Um Going about it on this television show is a little gross. But maybe she felt like this is the only way she can try to get through to her mom. I don't know. But let's just get started with the episode. So, episode 10 opens up with Jen talking to Brandy. Um, and Brandy basically lets Jen know, or was it Jen? I'm lying. Jen is the one that is telling Brandy what Jackie had to say after she walked away from that dinner. And she basically was saying like she's not gonna talk to Chantel unless it's on her talk show or on her like YouTube channel. Um and put a pin in that really quick because I feel like just instantly when they did clip back to Jackie actually saying that. Because here's the thing about reality TV. This is what y'all don't know about the flashbacks and about stuff that's on camera. But if somebody says that somebody says something and they got it on film, they're going to show it. The reason why they're going to show it is because the trick of TV is if you didn't see it, it didn't happen. Just like for if you're in the medical field, if it's not written down, it didn't happen. It's the same thing with TV. If you didn't see it come out their mouth, you're not really sure if they said it or not, or even in the context in which it's being brought up. So that's the reason why they flipped back to that scene and showed Jackie actually saying that. But here's what it wasn't the way that it was presented was like Jackie, like, I'm only talking to her if she talked to me on my talk show. That wasn't the spirit in which it was said. It was said in the spirit of I'm not going to give this platform that opportunity. I'll talk to her on my platform. That is what Jackie was saying. I don't know if that make it any more right. I just understood that there was a different intent behind what she was saying. And so I felt like the girls kind of was giving it in the wrong context. Again, I don't know if that makes it any better. Because by the time it gets to Chantel, Chantel is gonna blow her top about it. Either way. Which Chantel is just looking for a reason to blow her top. So here it is, you know. Um, Now, as they discussing this, they both seem pretty disgusted, you know, like that phrase, sentence, thought even comes out of Jackie's mouth. Again, it didn't seem like anybody took, and I guess that's that fourth wall. What we remember when we're watching these reality shows is a lot of times, even though they do break the third wall, break the fourth wall, at times when they feel like it's beneficial to them, most times they try not to break the fourth wall. So I'm saying that to say they're not going to have a discussion about something that's happening on the show like it's on the show. If I don't know if I even said that right. Um, but I'm saying that they're not going to acknowledge that Jackie doesn't want to do that on a VH1 platform. She wants to do it, use her own platform. I don't know if that's better or not. It seemed like it might be. It seemed like the intention might be better. But anyway, the girls are disgusted either way it goes. So they really are talking about how can they like just try to bring some peace to Jackie and Chantel. Chantel, we see Chantel on the phone. She calls her brother Dougie, and she is letting him know about the confrontation she had with her mom the night before, that her mother got up and walked away from dinner. Dougie didn't sound too surprised, and he just really seemed supportive about Chantel being able to have whatever conversation it is she needs to have with her mom. As far as that scene, I like seeing Chantel reach out to her brother and her brother kind of just be supportive, but like that's a little messy. Chantel is messy. She just as messy as Jackie, which is probably part of why they have the discord that they have, is that they probably have the same traits, and the same traits probably trigger each other. Um, and because they can't sit down and talk calmly about it or with any accountability, and I would think that takes both, right? You can't just turn and tell Jackie how horrible she is and not be able to listen to Jackie have a rebuttal about your behavior. So this is something I find funny with people all the time. It's like you want something to change, yet you're not willing to be the change. You're waiting on somebody else to make everything better and right. And that's just not how it works. It would be a perfect world if it could, if you could just tell a person like, hey, I got a problem with you and I just want you to stop doing this. But sometimes it's a group effort or a double effort where it will take you to stop showing up a certain way in order for a person to stop responding a certain way. And once you can kind of get that together, then you can maybe start to see a different path or a different pattern. So we ain't got there yet with Chantel and Jackie, but that's just kind of what I see. But and again, when we think about reality shows, this one specifically, because there are reality shows that are catered and geared towards helping people, couples therapy, the 90-day, the retreat or whatever that those people go on. There are reality shows that are centered around helping. This particular reality show is not. This is a gossip. This is a, what do you call it? Salacious. It like it's looking for those topics. So I agree with Jackie about like kind of not wanting to air out all this dirty laundry on this platform. Like, for what? Because even, and so this is where I'll give Jackie the benefit of the doubt as far as if she wanted to do it on her talk show or on her YouTube channel. She could present that much differently than what VH1 is going to do. VH1 don't give a damn, Shawnee included, if Chantel and Jackie make up or not. I mean, they really just care about ratings. And so it behooves you to not make up, right? It behooves the company and the network. So why nobody is thinking about that is beyond me. But again, it's because they're not going to break that fourth wall, and they're not going to admit that is the core of the reason. Jackie loves her daughter. Like everything that we see in what Jackie do and the way she behaved, that it may not be a healthy love, but that's love. People don't act like that when they don't love you. I don't know. I've been around some people who said that they love me, family members or whatever, and then you recognize through their actions that they actually don't. And it's not the one that does that. It's not the one that's overbearing. It's not the like usually that that is coming from love, while unhealthy is coming from love. Like I noticed that with my house plants. And that's what's helped me. Like I've always been a person that just give. I'm an overgiver. And because I do have like some abandonment issues, so most of the time when I want to keep everybody around, and so part of that is has you become a people pleaser sometimes. And so anyway, when I started taking care of my house plants, it took me about the first year I killed all my plants. Okay, that's just I bought two of them and they both died. And at first I thought it was the pot. So a person told me like, hey, you're not supposed to use the pottery type of pots. She like they hold too much moisture, like your plant's gonna be overwatered and die. So I'm like, okay. So I knew to go get some other pots. Well, the next thing my plants still died, right? Root rot. And so that's when the two things like it kind of clicked off in my head, right? I heard this analogy about your house plants and your house plants being a mirror for how you treat yourself. So it's kind of like how you take care of your plants is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, how you are showing up for yourself. So if you're taking care of your plants, that generally would mean you're taking care of yourself. And so with that analogy, I started to think about the fact that I was killing my plants. Like, why is it that my plants are getting root rot and dying? And so of course it was from over watering, but I used that to help me understand how I show up in people's lives. And I overlove, right? I overgive, and not it's my own thing. Nobody's asking for it, which at times can be overbearing to somebody else, right? So anyway, I'm just saying how that's the way I correlate that. Again, it doesn't mean that it's healthy. All I'm saying is that is a mother that cares about her daughter. I know what a mother who don't care what they look like, and it don't look like Jackie. And even with her walking away from the table as they keep trying to have these conversations with them with Chantel and Jackie, Jackie is walking away because we've seen Jackie go off. We know that she doesn't have a lot of control over herself. And she does say it in this episode toward the end when she was talking to Jen. She's like, I'm walking away because I can't, like, I don't want to go ham, turkey, and bacon on my daughter on national television. And that's what she says. She's like, I know that I will. I know that I can. And some stuff you just cannot come back from. And I like, look, Jackie is trying to do her best, but these people are pushing her. And that's where I'm going again. If you listen to any of the other Basketball Wives review, I keep asking, how did this happen? How is it that they both signed up for this and didn't understand that their relationship would be the primary topic? Now, I think that Chantel is okay with it. But again, I think that Chantel is being, I don't want to call her a child because she's a grown woman, but she's being childish. And here's the point, here's the issue. Being a child with your mother, I don't care how old you are. What is wrong with that? That's your mother. And I think that's the problem, because you want your mother to always mother you, but then you want to be able to speak to her like you are of a peer. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Anyway, let me get back to the episode. Um, So meanwhile, we see Jackie is saving face, right? They in the van. Here come Denise asking Jackie, like, if she feel like she should have stayed at the dinner. Jackie is sticking to the fact that no, she needed to get up and leave. Again, I don't know why ain't nobody else picking up on it. Just to say like, well, maybe Denise doesn't pick up on it because maybe Denise never saw any of the older episodes, and so she doesn't know where Jackie can go. But for the girls who've been there with Jackie, I don't understand why you don't understand why she walking away, and I don't understand why that is not okay. I don't. Well, let me take it back because I already explained it's not okay because they on this show and they're trying to get these two to go head to head. I mean that's the point. That's the point of why they both on here. Let's just keep it real. Um so the girls show up for their outing. They split up into two groups. One group of the girls, which I think is Evelyn, Ming, Brandy, and Ty, right? They are doing like some type of kayaking, I guess. And the other girls are doing underwater scooters. I've never heard of that before. I don't know. I ain't doing a whole lot of water activities. I've always wanted to scuba. I've been a couple places, but I've not been able to scuba yet. I've not had that opportunity. And I'm not sure. I don't know. Underwater scooters seem kind of interesting. For me personally, I love the water. I love to be by it. And look, I got a place where I'm right over the pond. Like that was my joy for having this pond view. I've never had a pond view before, but that is when I knew for sure. Like I know I like water. I know I like to be by the water. But I knew for sure the admiration that I have when I look out my window. I'm like, oh yes, I'm a water baby. I need to be by the water. But let me tell you one thing about the water. I don't play with it. Okay. I don't play with bodies of water. What I so and this I was explaining this to my mom one time when I about cruises because I love cruises, like that's my favorite way to travel. And I love to sit on the deck and I love to look out. Because of course when you're on a cruise on a boat, you're in the middle of nowhere. Um and so okay. And so I love to do reflection, meditation. That's kind of what I use my boat time, my deck time, and all of that. That's what I use that for. And it's really because that's where you can be in the world and you can look out. I mean, like say, you literally are in the middle of nowhere and you might see mountains if you're close to a port or where, depending on wherever you are, you may see something out, but there's going to be a time where you're not. And it's really, if you have a spiritual connection, it's really amazing. Just to have that connection and then to look at the water and to meditate on the body of water. That's and the power of the body of water. Like, oh my God, like just to think. So because everything can be going on, like the water is so still and calm up top, right? And all kind of shit is going on underneath. Like that is so amazing to me. Like stuff you don't even know. Somebody could be down there fighting for their life and you don't even know it. And it's just so calm and pretty on the top. I don't know. Something about that just kind of soothes me. And it kind of gives me like more connection to the power of God. That's how I look. And water for me just represents that a great deal, that element. And so I'm saying all that to say I don't play with the water anyhow. But that seemed pretty interesting. Has anybody ever heard of like underwater scooters? And have you ever did it? So the girls are in Hawaii. So that's where they're doing it at. Has anybody visited Hawaii? Drop down in the comments and let me know. So back to the episode. That's what the two groups are doing. Denise asks Jackie if she's unblocked. And Jackie, like, I've been unblocked. She can't block me. I'm her mother. Denise is a instigator. And I don't know why it's so important to embarrass Jackie about her daughter. I don't know why that's her place, because that's why she asked her that. Because nobody needed to know that she was blocked. You did. She's the one that mentioned Chantel blocked her on the previous episode. So that's what, like, it's kind of like she's trying to call Jackie out. Um, I guess for lying. Somebody else might feel like, well, Jackie shouldn't be playing like woo woo. This is Jackie's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she don't know these people from a can of paint, especially that damn Denise. So I just don't blame her for not fit, like not getting into it with them about it. Like, I actually don't blame her. I know Jackie is wacky also. I've been watching her the whole time too. But in this case, I feel like Jackie is being strategic. Um, and she's trying to hold on to whatever the family unit has to be when them damn cameras are gone. That's like that's what it is. And Denise, that don't include Joe ass, which that's where Chantel is falling short, because Chantel has found such a um bond with these girls because they desperate and damaged, and Chantel somehow has created a trauma bond with Brittany and Denise, and not realizing that these girls are not your friends. They don't even love themselves, and we'll get to that when it comes to Brittany. But it's like that. That's another thing. Even your friends, how you gonna have a good friend that's a good friend to you, and she ain't a good friend to herself? Anyway, um, so Jackie asks Denise if she thinks she loves her daughter. Denise answers that she thinks her actions show otherwise. Denise is like 30 years old. I don't I'm not trying to say that just because you are young, 20s, 30s, what have you, I'm 45. I'm not saying that you don't have a point of view and that you are not like intelligent enough to comprehend certain things. But what I am saying is, when you're speaking to someone that is almost 60, I would think that you would give that person just a little bit of respect because they've been on this earth 30, 20 more years than you have. And I do think that counts for something. Because maybe, like, let's just use Jackie as the example. Maybe Jackie doesn't show up the way your mom showed up or the way you assume people should show up. That's fine. The disrespect of it all is where I'm drawing the line. Like, you can have your opinion about what kind of mother she is. I don't like the way she talked to her. And I'm trying to figure out, who the hell do you think you're talking to? And who raised you? Because, like it or not, like, you should just respect your elders. And when I say respect your elders, I'm not saying that you can't have an opinion with your elders and that you can't speak up for yourself and that, there can't be open dialogue in an adult manner. But what I am saying is, bitch, who do you think you are? Because you ain't even been through enough life to feel like you can talk to her like that. Come get with me in 15 more years and then tell me about what you think about, some of the decisions or whatever it is that she made. Because I feel like people, like, and that is what it is. Sometimes people just have to go through something. And if you ain't been through nothing, then the opinions that you have are very jaded. Because you ain't been through nothing. You ain't had to make hard decisions, then you don't know what that feels like. And so you can't have empathy for somebody who maybe did. And that's where I see Denise. I see Denise in this place of, you just had a very privileged life. And so privileged that, like, I don't even think she see nothing wrong with whatever her situation is, because I think her boyfriend was cheating on her or something. I don't know. Not not that that's so not common. But I'm just saying, like, girl, you too young to just not have like any respect. And again, I get it. You feel like you don't need to respect her because you don't like the way she treats her daughter. I just don't think that's your place. I just don't think that's your place. Um, let me go back. Okay, let me find my note. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so Ming chimes in because this is on the second group is Jackie, Ming, Denise. Is it just them three? That's crazy that I just watched this episode and I can't remember who was in that other group. I think it is just them three, y'all. No, no, no. Jen is over there with them because Jen is not with Evelyn. If they split up in two groups, we just gonna always remember that Jen is not in the same group with Evelyn. So Jen is over there also. And so Ming chimes in and she says that she just thinks that Jackie deflects from resolving any of the issues. That's why she leave, and she, think that she should talk to her daughter. She's like, your daughter is hurt. She really wants to talk to you. She's like, I'm not trying to be a therapy, have a therapy session, but I think you should talk to your daughter. Jackie it cuts her off in the middle of what she's saying. And so Ming is kind of like, I think it's kind of like trying to emulate Jackie and what she does, because she's like, well, you get up and then you dance off, like basically she's telling her like you're doing these antics as opposed to taking what's happening serious. um Jackie is just trying to get this to not be the topic. Jackie does need to address it because your daughter got it out for you, girl. um Worse than the mother girls. That's what sucks. Because that is your daughter, and you would think that in some way, shape, or form she would have your back. Like what's the saying? Nobody wins when the family feuds. Like nobody wins. Who is supposed to win between Jackie and Chantel when it comes to uh Big Dougie, Little Dougie, the other the grandkids? Like who is supposed to win? That anyway, let's get on to this review. Now let me see. I keep losing my place, y'all. Sorry. All right. So at this point, everybody about to know what Jackie had to say about not talking to Chantel unless it was on her show or on her YouTube channel. Because Brandy mosey on over to Evelyn and lets Evelyn know that that's what was said to her from Jen. Okay. Evelyn, of course, takes Chantel to the side so she can have a conversation with her about what Denise said about Evelyn fishing for information. She wanted to tell Chantel that she wasn't and that she really cared about them. And I do believe that from Evelyn. I think that because I think Evelyn understands that whatever the issue is between Chantel and Jackie, that is way more serious than the other two girls, and we don't really like them anyway. We are gonna try to work with Chantel. um so she really felt that it was important. She wanted to make sure she knew that, in addition to letting her know what her mama said about not talking to her unless it was on her talk show or the YouTube channel. This sends Chantel off because she turns to Brandy and she wants Brandy to confirm. Brandy is like a deer in headlights, which, duh, you told Evelyn because you knew she was going to go tell her. Because you didn't want to be the one to tell her. Chantel did forgive Evelyn simply because Evelyn is not the biggest problem that she has. It's her mom. You know what I mean? Like her focus does need to be on her mom, and not getting along with the other girls is kind of like secondary. So, like I said, she looks to Brandy to confirm this information. She's hollering about she about to crash out for real, like she couldn't believe it. And then she storms off saying that she needs to go. Now, all I said on my notes was that looked familiar. That looked familiar, right? So she's storming off. She got it from somewhere, right? We saw Jackie storm off this whole time. Okay. Because remember excuse me, y'all. At the top of the show, I just said that Chantel and Jackie's problem is they are mirroring each other and they are triggering each other. So they are the same, they are actually the same person more than likely, but they are triggering each other with those same triggers. And because they can't sit down and talk, they can't get to the root. So after the outing, Evelyn, Brandy, and Ming talk about how Denise is being messy. So they kind of discuss like why is she jumping in everything that don't concern her. Chantel goes to Jen so that she can ask Jen, was that said? Jen confirms that Jackie did say that. She also confirmed that Jackie mentioned having rights to the grandchildren. This sets Chantel off even more because now, okay, so they clipped to Chantel in her confessional, and Chantel explains that after they had the Vegas trip, that Jackie came by the apartment, knocked on the door, and demanded to see her grandkids. And so Chantel is like basically, this grandparents' rights thing is this way for you to negate me and still have access to my kids. Jen asks what she can do to help, and Chantel just says that I need, like, basically hold Jackie accountable. If you don't agree with something, like, don't be bothered with it. So at this moment in time, she said that she did not want them to have to pick sides, but at this point, she's actually asking that they pick a side. And also said she was taking it to hell because that was the only place to go. That's Chantel. That sounds familiar too, right? It sound like her mama. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. All right. The girls show up for dinner and Britt I put this on my note, and Britt is so annoying. Like Brittany, she is so annoying. She really is. As Jackie is coming into the dinner, she's saying in her confessional, like, Jackie is egging for the piece of shit of the piece of shit mother of the year award. And she in running to win it. She's annoying to me because she let us know that she's triggered by her own issues with her mother. But I wish she would just leave it there. Like, it's the same for you, girl. Like, you don't have no respect. You ain't got no respect. And for somebody who done kind of been all over the internet and the pass around the way that she has, you should have some empathy and respect for some other people. Like, you should be a little more compassionate. That's crazy to me. That's real crazy to me. Sorry for smacking in y'all ears, y'all. I'm sucking on this cough drop. My bad. And I gotta try to hurry up and get through this because my appointment finna come in. Okay. So I have Ming lets Denise know that she's hanging out. Oh, so Ming, they get to dinner, and Ming kind of tells Denise, like, I like hanging out with you without Brittany or the other girls, like the big three. I think Chantel, Brittany, and Denise is the big three, as they calling themselves. And so Ming is like, basically like, you cool on your own. So Evelyn chimes in and seconds that same emotion. Denise is unbothered. Denise is like, she doesn't give a damn. She basically, the way she looking at them is like, y'all a bunch of old hags, like, and you just jealous. That's at least what it read on her face to me. But she's stating, let's see, stating she thinks, okay, so this is what Denise told them. She like, basically, she think they had a conversation and just agreed that they all didn't like her and that somebody would bring it to her. So basically, she's like, she doesn't give a F. Jackie brings up that what Ming did to her on the boat, which was kind of like mocking her for leaving the table. She was being kind of extra with the motions. And so this is the way that we get into the discussion about Jackie and Chantel, which is interesting because Jackie is the one that kind of pushed that conversation up. So Ming is like, yeah, I was telling you that you lack accountability, and was mocking how she leave the house. And but she was like, basically, once you hear Chantel's side, like, we don't have any choice but to take her side because they can't get any answers out of Jackie. Um, oh, I don't know why this keep doing that. Okay. So at this point, Jackie says she was about to finish her drink and leave. Yet again, she done left every dinner they had while they been here, okay? Before the food even got there. Um, Chantel now is, what do you call it, heckling Joy, Jackie, and she like, well, good, go. Jackie like, I'm out, like I'm on my way. And then she's telling her about how crazy she looked for walking away, and she's just kind of spewing out this stuff. Brittany, with her annoying ass and disrespectful, starts to yell out, "Go, Debbie, go, Debbie, go, go, Debbie, go, Debbie, go." And what does Jackie do, honey? She started to twerk to it, because one thing about Jackie is, baby, ain't nobody a bigger clown than her. And Brittany gonna find out. And see, and like, I don't like that. Like, listen, I get it. Jackie hasn't been a good mom to her daughter. I don't think that's okay for you to call her a deadbeat. Like, who are you? And you got your own issues with your own mother. So I guess you need to just focus on that. Maybe call your own mother up and tell her she's a deadbeat. I'm sure she has done that already. Um, but I'm saying, just focus on your own issues with your own mama. Like, I don't know why you think you can take your issues out with your mama on somebody else's mama on behalf of, somebody else. Like, girl, go sit your clown ass down. That's how I feel about Britt. Britt, you are a clown. You sitting up, you sitting up supposed to be a Muslim, and I agree with the girls because they're gonna come and end up saying it like you cussing everybody out, you bitch this, bitch that. Like, basically, ain't nobody seen no change in you outside of your clothes, okay? But you call yourself like in this spiritual journey. And furthermore, you did this all for a man. Like, girl, you while you out pointing out everybody else, you need to go find yourself. That's what you need to be focused on. Stop and how you can see everybody else so well and you can't find yourself. What the hell is wrong with people? All right, let me get to the next note. Every time I touch this thing, it scroll all the way back up to the top. So then I have to come all the way back down. Um, so Ty and Brandy get up to go to Jackie's room, go behind her. Jackie speaks directly to Ty and tells Brandy that she can really just talk to Ty. She ain't trying to hear nothing from Brandy. Brandy is like trying to get her to like talk to her daughter, and Jackie is ignoring her, like as if the girl is not talking. Brandy is continuing to talk and plead and try to get her to acknowledge that she's talking. And Jackie, honey, left the room and went in her room. Left Ty standing sitting on the couch. So they get back to the table. They get back to Britt did explain her why she's triggered. Like, she come back with the grandparents' rights. So she explained that her mom is taking her to court now about her son. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Don't her mama got her son? Now maybe that's what it was. Maybe her mama took her son from her or something. Like, maybe that's what it is. But girl, mm, you got a whole lot to focus on with your life and your son and your mama. Like, I don't know that you need to be all up in these people's business. Allah. I think maybe she should go ask Allah about that. Like what does Allah say about you being in other people's business? What does Allah say about that? Because I know what the Bible say about it, baby. Hmm. Let's go to the next. Chantel is even more triggered. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Chantel is even more triggered, telling the ladies how dare her mother think that she can have access to her children and she didn't even raise her own. See, that's the thing. That's what her buzz is. That's what that sentence right there says a mouthful. How she thinks she gonna have access to my kids when she didn't even raise her own? Hmm. So we don't think that grandparents could have a second chance. Like, cause in my opinion, I think that's the beautiful thing about being a grandparent, outside of the fact that you watch your own child become a parent and kind of watch them go through that journey. But outside of that, I would think that for most grandparents, especially if there was something that happened throughout your child's childhood, and for whatever reason you wasn't able to be there, you whatever, like you dropped the ball in some area, I would think that the opportunity that grandkids present an opportunity for you to make that right. Now, again, that's, I guess, with the blessing of the child, of your child. And so if that relationship isn't worked out, then it is going to spill over to the grandchild. Um, and clearly Chantel has whatever feelings about her mother that seem like she don't let her mama see her kids. Like that's what it seemed like. It seemed like she's not the child that's dropping her kids off with her mother for her mother to have. Now here's what I can understand. Maybe Jackie ain't asking for them either. Because my mother was not the type of mother that I was dropping my kids off at her house at all for any amount of time. I know she spent time with them here and there, but it was when she wanted to spend time with them. Basically, like she was not the person I called because I needed a babysitter, at all, at all. Um, so yeah, but and here's the thing, and my mom wasn't always able to be there for me and do everything, that a mom should do or whatever when I was growing up, but that's at least the way I saw it when I started to have my kids, is that I just wanted her to show up for them differently than she showed up for me. And so I would imagine Chantel wants that same thing. Maybe Chantel is having a hard time seeing that from Jackie. And also, maybe Jackie is not, like, if Jackie was running around with Doug all while she had her own kids, I can't imagine Jackie sitting in the house somewhere running behind yours. And why would you even have that expectation? That's another thing I think is wrong with Chantel. Chantel not being honest about what her expectations are or were for her mom. Um, because she just expected her mom to show up, and clearly she didn't. So, okay, let's see. Where are we at now? Okay. Okay, here we go. Ty and Brandy, they come back to the table. Everybody asking what happened. Ty, like, basically, Jackie kicked us out the room. Brittany want to know from Brandy, like, well, why you run behind Jackie if she didn't even want to talk to you, So Brandy is about to go into whatever explanation. Hey, honey. Hey, cousin Crew. She's about to go into whatever explanation, and Brittany's like, yeah, explain it to me like I'm 5. I'm with Brandy. I would have been ready to slap fire from her. Where you going? All right. Um, I would have been ready to slap fire for her from her with that one because why? And here we go again. You supposed to be working on yourself. Like you ain't even catching your own attitude to work on yourself. Like nobody even triggered that. Like you came out your face with that. Girl, yo, I lie for her is a joke. Um so Brandy is kind of done with her at that point because she doesn't even understand why she's giving her that energy. Um and that's all I got. Brandy like F this B. That's what Brandy like F this B, which she was. As it should be. I don't even know why Brittany is back. Like, why is she here, Ike? Why is she here? Anyway, let's move on. I gotta hurry up, y'all. Sorry. The ladies discussed that they're going on a boat ride the next day, and everybody at the table basically agrees that they are getting on Chantel's boat, which meant that Jackie was X'd out. So basically, Jackie was not invited to go on this catamaran for the next day. Ty seemed like she feeling bad, so she goes to Jackie's room that morning and she asks Jackie why she left. Jackie explained that she keep trying to keep her family out the BS. I mean, she said a whole bunch of other words, but just to sum it all up, that which is what I like. For me, that's what I would imagine is that you're not trying to air some of this stuff out on this television show. Um, and again, I guess if you gonna air it out, that it should be on your own platform because maybe then you have a little bit more control over it outside of it just going viral in general. Um, so Ty invites Jackie on the boat. Jackie tells Ty to shut down any conversation that comes up if it's surrounding her and her daughter. Ty say she got her back. Okay. Chantel is taking her baby for the photo shoot. Oh, well, no, we just hear that Chantel so Chantel's baby booked a photo shoot while they was in Hawaii. Now, she don't end up taking them until after the boat ride. So in the van, Evelyn, Brandy, and Ming discuss Brittany's conversation, and then they also bring up her conversion to the Muslim faith, and being nasty, cursing folks out. And if it just was a conversion for Kevin Gates, who we now know she's not with anymore, and now she done took that thing off her head. Okay. So now they get to the catamaran. Jackie is seasick. Ming is trying to figure out how did Jackie get here because they all agreed that Jackie was supposed to be there. So Ty says that she invited Jackie. She didn't think Jackie should have been excluded. Chantel basically is taking notes because again, she didn't ask these people. She basically wants them to pick sides, and she wants them to pick her side. Jackie tells Jen Jackie talks to Jen and says flat out, she keeps leaving, but wait a minute, let me see what I wrote down. Jackie tells Jen. Okay, so Jackie talks to Jen. So she gets seasick to get a drum meal, and now she's feeling better, but she's talking to Jen. She flat out says she keep leaving because she doesn't want to turn the roof up. And some things you're not going to be able to take back. Jackie is 1000% right. Jackie might go off her hinge, lose her rockers, all of those things, and clowns, okay? But what she knows for a fact is if she act a fool on this show, this is going to live in this space forever and ever. And no matter how, even if once they're able to get healed from wherever they are now or when they was filming, because of whatever that's here is going to be around, it'll be living forever and ever. It'll be living forever and ever in the internet world. So I think Jackie is being very thoughtful about that. That's strange that she's fighting about her motherhood, and in this space, in this moment, in this time, Jackie really is showing up like a protective mother. Now, maybe for Chantel, maybe she feels like it's not protection, it's like she's trying to hide. She doesn't want to be exposed. I think that's what Chantel is thinking. But I think Chantel is not giving credit to the 8 billion people in the world and how many of those people are parents. And that sometimes parents stick together about certain things. You in your 30s, girl, if you're not able to have a conversation with your mom in which you can discuss what's going on with you, I think you got some other things you got to work on first. Uh-oh, let me go. Oh, I'm almost there. So like I said, I felt like Jackie, I think that was the truest thing Jackie has said. And I think that some people can figure like it's on like she's looking out for herself because like I say she don't want to be looked at as a bad mom, but I don't think that's true. I think Jackie already did that with the first daughter. And so what she's saying essentially is I don't want to knock my daughter's head off on this television show because I will do it. She know I will. I know I will. But I ain't trying to do that because again, how do you come back from that? Even if y'all make up, and then you sitting up watching VH1 or MTV or whatever it is at the time, whenever 10 years from now, and here come this season with this scene, you know, or for the grandkids, 10 years from now, they going to school. This show's still on, maybe the mama on, and then I come back to this fight that they inevitably do have. But I do think that Jackie was trying her best to not let her daughter trigger her. So anyway, Chantel does get to talk to Ty because she was not feeling Jackie showing up on that catamaran when they went to the baby's photo shoot. So Chantel lets Ty know that she is not happy about her inviting Jackie on the boat. Chantel is trying to convince Ty that Jackie will basically violate and misuse her as well. Um, Ty points out something great, which is Chantel act a lot like her mama. She just as bossy, basically telling you who you should be friends with and what's wrong with it if you're not. And again, this girl is in her 30s, like you have lived till you was 55. You like that's what I don't understand people that just don't give people that much. I don't care. Like, even if you a 55-year-old drug addict, to have gone through that many years and have to survive on these streets and be a drug, like that deserves its own amount of respect. I'm not saying that's somebody you want to emulate and be like. All I'm saying is until you get it under your belt, I don't think you got shit to say. That's what I don't think. Can't nobody in their 20s tell me about my life. I'm gonna tell you to keep living. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know how you 30 thinking you telling them 55, 60-year old how they went wrong in their life. I don't know. I don't know. Am I like, hey, am I crazy? What y'all think? Are you letting a 20-year-old tell you about what you went wrong in your life and your life choices? I don't think so. Anyway, basically, Chantel leaves her with the message about this is what I'm talking about watch the company you keep. Okay, Chantel. Okay, girl. The ladies show, and here's the other thing that's crazy about watch the company you keep. She talking about her own mama. Like, you should watch the company you keep. But anyway, the ladies show up for another dinner. Okay, tells the ladies that she took her son for a photo shoot. Um, and then they mentioned this slumber party Jen is supposed to have later on. So it kind of came out of Jackie saying she wasn't going to dinner. And so Jennifer decided that they would go to her room. And so Jackie was like, okay, we can do like a slumber party, like basically leaving it up to Jen to get the people who was going to come to her room. Basically, because she know everybody taking Chantel's side. And I guess she probably figured that. So what I like about this side of Jackie is she's letting stuff kind of be what it is. I don't see her trying to manipulate. I do see her deflecting, but I don't see her like trying to manipulate anybody to take her side. I don't know. Do you? Am I wrong about that? Okay. I said Chantel is giving about it and questioning. All right, so Chantel basically is kind of confused because the dinner before, everybody, like, right? Everybody was going to be on the boat. Jackie wasn't. That kind of changed. And so now they decided that they was going to go do this slumber party at Jackie's room. And so Chantel is like, okay, let me get this straight. Y'all doing a slumber party with Jackie? So basically, here's this thing with Chantel. Chantel is so used to talking down about Jackie that she assumed everybody who was talking down about Jackie would just hold on to it. She ain't realized that her reality TV friends are not true friends. She'll find out though, because she ain't been living long enough. She ain't been on reality TV long enough. And if she had any damn sense, she would cling to her mother. But anyway, she don't. She ain't been living long enough. Okay. So she'll learn her lesson. It'll come. So she's just kind of asking them, like, so y'all just gonna act like none of this happened and you not, and so they like, yeah, that's basically what we do. And in turn, it's what everybody's doing. Like Ming and Ty got their issue, Brandy and Denise got their issue, like, and that's the point of reality TV. Usually that's why I don't know if Chantel is gonna last. The person who's questioning the way reality TV operates is usually not the person who's going to last, because you have to be able to live in this land of delusion and then kind of come out and know what the reality, like what the difference is between what you just did and then what's really going on. And so, right, if you sitting up trying to figure out how they all promised you that they was gonna be on your side, and now they going to have a slumber party with your mama, you're not gonna be here long. And I think that's what Jackie probably just gonna let you find out on your own. Maybe that's what, or at least she was trying to before, because it looked like Jackie clock her ass next week. That's what it looked like. I ain't saying it was right, but I did see Chantel push her, and I get it. Like, and I can't wait to see that episode, because I feel like I understand what Jackie was going through, because I have to tell my own kids sometimes. Not everybody, my kids included, because my kids are fortunate to be like suburban kids. They didn't grow up in the city. And so I tell them sometimes they can have mannerisms, or I don't know, just do certain things that kind of like, when you have a city mentality, like you can go into protection mode or attack mode, whatever it is. You can get thrusted into it very quick. So all I'm saying is, what I saw Chantel kind of push her mama over to the side, and it looked like Jackie cocked her arm back. And that's what it looked like Jackie did. Now I don't know if she made contact, but that's what it looked like she did. Like she cocked her arm back and was like, bow. And here, what I look, that little push, see, like that, that little push. My son, he had the habit of having his hands balled up. He was walking in front of me and he was mad. He had them hands balled up. Man, I knew it. I had him hand up against the wall. Because I'm trying to think, like, who you want to hit? Like, who you want to hit? What's going on? What's up? That's how I'm feeling. What's up? So I feel like that's what Jackie was feeling, like that little push. So where I'm coming from is Jackie probably has had to spend a lot of time protecting herself. And that might be why. See, like, it's crazy. Did Jackie and them never win on Ayanla, did they? They probably, that is where they need to be, and not on Basketball Wives. Where is Ayanla? Somebody go get her and tell her we need her to do the show up again and come get Jackie. And why do I feel like Jackie was somewhere with her daughter though on some show? Am I making that up, or was it just Basketball Wives? I don't know. Y'all gonna have to help me remember that. But I do think they need Ayanna. Um, and I think Ayanna could help them because, like I said, what I think with Jackie is, I think Jackie has had to protect herself for a long time. And she probably has abandonment issues, her doggone self, which is probably why she went um, traveling around as if she played in the NBA with her husband. And forgot about her kids. I'm gonna use that terminology because even while she was doing this in the NBA, like it was no other wives around. So she had the signs to let her know that maybe something was off, maybe because no other wife was around. But it worked for them, I guess. Doug ain't cheated on her. We ain't known about it. So, but again, I feel like she shows up that way because it's something in her childhood, it's something that happened to her. Um, that causes her to have to do that. It causes her to have to be with her husband and call him 50 times a day. Um, and it probably is from her own mama. That's why I wish her daughter would give her some credit. But maybe as her children get a little bit older, maybe some grace will come. Brandy asked Brittany about her spiritual journey and why she called her out her name. Brittany says that clarity is no longer available to Brandy. Here we go. Like that's another jump across the table and slap the ish out of her. I am I'm like Evelyn. Evelyn turned and was telling because Denise then jumped into their conversation and Evelyn looked at her. She said, "We are sick of you. I'm sick of both of them. Brittany and that girl Denise. And they can both go. They don't add nothing, and they messy. They just little messy girls. Um, not that that sounds funny because all of this is messy, but they mess is like we don't even know them. Like, where did they mess even come from? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like them. They can go for me. What do y'all think about Denise and Brittany? I'm done with this last little part. I don't need to read because y'all know what happened after that. Ty and Ming, they end up discussing what their relationship is. Ty's mad at Ming because she like, you got into a relationship, but you told the girls that you're not in no relationship. She like, well, I'm dating somebody. We not really in a relationship. I guess she went and got this man's name tattooed on her. And at the end of the day, it all boiled down to Ty keeps dating straight women. I said that before in the last review. If you have not already, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Once you subscribe to the channel, you become part of the family. These are the internet cousins over here. Hashtag cousins crew. All right. Every Monday, we talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. So join me this coming up Monday. We'll be discussing part 2 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion. And on Sunday, we will be going live so we can do Love and Marriage Huntsville because Love and Marriage Huntsville is back for season 10. I can't believe it's been 10 seasons. And with them, I don't know if the years I don't think add up to the seasons. So I don't think it's been 10 years, but I can't believe it's been 10 seasons for them. And Ariane Curry got to post her man, Martell Holt. Did y'all see it? Go check it out over on my shorts. Even though now I'm gonna just give y'all this little piece of information. So the picture is from Martell going to the 100 Men gala in Huntsville. That was taken last summer. That's not even, I mean, it's recent enough, I guess, but it was taken last summer. So here I go. Good for Ariane. She stuck it out. She held on for a long time. And now she is able to post her man. And I don't think she worried about who know about it, right? She even tagged Martell and Martell responded. You can go see all of that over there on my shorts. Go check it out. With that being said, I think I'm done here. Y'all have a good Thursday. And like I said, if you haven't already liked this video, like the video and subscribe to my channel. Become part of the family so you can get a notification whenever I go live and whenever I upload a new video. Miss Dogan, you still in the building? Because we going live later on. And what we talking about? Oh, we going live. We doing Medea's destination wedding. So I need to go ahead and get that review done. Medea's destination wedding. I gotta go, y'all. My girl's here to get her lashes filled in, and it's time for me to go. Bye.